So for resistance is similar to inductance. So these two formulas are in series for the series calculation, but for your capacitance it is reverse. Resistance is reverse of your capacitance. Okay, so wherever you are, you must check the similarity. I hope it is clear. Now let us check what are the uh, common, you can say that what are the laws of uh, your laws in laws in electrical engineering or electrical concepts. Okay, so basic laws, you can say that first law is Kirchhoff current law, and Kirchhoff voltage law. Okay, so this Kirchhoff current law and voltage law simply suggest that the total sum of current total sum of current at a node will be equal to 0. Okay, total sum of current at a node will be equal to 0. You can say that, in other words, total incoming currents total incoming currents is equal to total total outgoing current. Okay, so this is Kirchhoff current law. Now for an example I will show you this question. Now here, first of all, always whenever an electrical current flows, it will always flow in a closed path. You have to see that there should not be any open circuit. Open circuit means what? Means there is a disconnectivity, so like this. Here the current will not flow through this path. Okay, so this is the disconnectivity. Now what I have to do, always check whether whether there is a closed path or not. So okay, so this is my closed path, it is flowing like a closed path. Now now Kirchhoff current law, what it tells, Kirchhoff current law, that total sum of current at a node. What is a node? Node is a point where there is a diversion. This is a node. Okay, means what? See, water is flowing in a pipe and you have to divert that water into the other direction. So what you will do, you will put a junction, right, like this. So this point is called, so water will come here and it can go there also and it can go there. So this is a node. Okay, so in a branch there is a leaf, right? So there is a leaf, so this is a node actually. Okay, so node is that point where you have a diversion. Okay, so now here just check the diversion from where you will have an extra, you can say that path. Now this point, see, first of all I'm saying this is a node but this is not a node. Okay, why? Because at this point there is a diversion. Node means diversion, so there is a diversion here. Okay, but here there is no diversion. Diversion means what? There must be an extra path. Okay, but here you don't have an extra path. Okay, so that's why there is no node. It is not a node, it is a node. There is an extra path. Okay, so you have to identify those nodes. So this is one node, this is one node, this is one node, this is one node. Okay, sorry, this is not a node, this is a node. So I am identifying a node. So this is a node, this is a node, this is a node, again this is a node. Okay, so these are the nodes actually. So you can apply Kirchhoff current law to those nodes only. Okay, to those nodes. So what it says that total current at this node will be 0. Okay, total current at this node will be 0. That's it. So suppose the current, what, see, check about this node. I am checking here. So what are there are currents here. This is 9 ampere going this side. I1 is going this side, and 12 is coming in, right? So what I can say, at this point total current is, so you if the direction is same, that is, you can say the other formula is also there, that is total incoming current will be is equal to outgoing current. Okay, so you can use two formulas for that. Now I will do both the thing for both the I will use both the formulas. Just remember for the first formula that if the direction is in, you have to give positive sign. If the direction is out, you have to give negative sign. Okay, for the first. So total current at A. So this is A point. Okay. Now total current at A is, so this 12 is coming, incoming. So I am putting plus 12. Okay. Plus 12. I1 is outgoing. So I am putting minus I1. Okay. 9 is outgoing, so minus 9, that is equal to 0. Okay, so you can calculate I1 is equal to 3. So this is using formula first one. Okay, now if I am using this formula, total incoming current is equal to outgoing current. So for this formula you need not to put any sign. Okay, for first formula I have assumed that incoming current will be positive and outgoing current will be negative. But for this formula, that is total incoming current. So let's check what are the total incoming currents that is coming to that point. So this is coming, 12 ampere is coming. So and no other current is coming. The rest of the current is outgoing. So I can say that 12 is equal to what? Total outgoing current. Outgoing current is I1 plus 9. So again, if you do the similar thing, I1 is equal to 3. So you can say, so this is your Kirchhoff current law. Similarly, you can find out the current values for I2 and I3. Try yourself. You can find out through this formula. Okay. Same. 9 is coming, 10 is outgoing, I2. What about I2? So these two, 10 plus I2 is equal to 9, right? Using this formula. So you can try it and do solve it. Okay. Let's check what is Kirchhoff voltage law. So this is Kirchhoff current law. So Kirchhoff voltage law, what it tells, that total total voltage total voltage, that means total voltage means sum of all the voltage in a loop, in a loop is 0. Okay, first you have to see, in the previous one we have find out that what is node. Here Kirchhoff voltage law says you have to check for the loop. Loop means what? Something that starts and ends at a point. So that is a loop. Okay, it starts from a same point and its end at same point, that is loop. So if you calculate the total voltage in a loop must be equal to 0. Okay, so let's see here. So this is one of the question. Here it says you have to find out the voltage. There are find out the voltage, that is V1, V2, V3. Okay, there are resistance connected here, and these resistance has some voltage across it. Okay, so you have to first find out the loop, and then you have to find out the V1, V2 and V3. Okay, we will apply current voltage loop. Now here check. First, your starting point, loop means what? Starting point and ending point must be same. So this is my point. So this starts from here and it goes, whether you can complete the loop. Yes, you can complete the loop. You can go from here and you can come here. This is for loop number 1. Okay, let's check here whether you can complete the loop. This loop, you can start from here, you can go around this path and then you can come. Okay, so this is one of the loop, second loop. Okay, now here you can start from here and you can go around this thing and you can get the third loop. So there are total number of loops will be actually 3. You can have many number of loops here also. You can start from here, you can move from there and you can move from there and you can come here like this. So this is one of the loop. So whatever you loop you are finding, you have to check which loop you want and which will be feasible for you. So what it says that the total voltage around a loop will be equal to 0. Okay, total voltage. So let's start. So I have already told you that whenever you put KVL, you check the first sign that is coming. So I am moving from here, starting from here, I am moving from here. So first sign is minus. So I can write minus 10. Okay, minus 10. Then I will leave this element. Then the next element comes is this resistance. The first sign that is coming, I'm moving like this. Okay, so that's first sign is 5. Okay, then this resistance is coming in this loop. So the first sign is plus 20. Okay, then the first sign, I am coming this side, the first sign is plus V1, and you are completing a loop, right? You are completing a loop. So what is the that sum will be equal to 0. Okay, so you can, so this is V1, sorry, you can take out the V1 value. Okay, now sir, I am not satisfied with this, tell me any other loop. Okay, let's check the other loop, this loop. I'm going for this loop. So you am, sir, you always go clockwise. Show me in anti-clockwise, any direction you take. I'm going this direction now. Okay, now the rules is whatever first sign you are getting will be your, you have to write it there. So I am moving from this side and I will go like this. Okay, I am moving like this. Now first sign is plus 20, plus 20, then plus V2 minus 50 equal to 0. Okay, for this loop. Sir, whether the answer is same for both, let us check. For anti-clockwise and clockwise, let's check. I am going moving like this. First sign always check. Now I am moving from this. So first sign is plus 50. Then minus V2. Then plus 20. Minus 20 equal to 0. So from this, if you check, V2 is equal to 50 and 30. From this again, Vt is equal to 30. Oh, it's same. So whether you move clockwise direction or anti-clockwise direction, you will get the same path, same result. Okay. So it does not matter anything about clockwise movement or anti-clockwise. The thing is how you are applying it. So you can try it yourself and you can find V3. Okay, V3 is how much? Try it. So this is Kirchhoff current law and Kirchhoff voltage law. So these two are, Kirchhoff current law, you have to find out, go for the node, and Kirchhoff voltage law, you have to go for the loop. Okay. So let us discuss one more thing, that is Thevenin's. Okay. So this is one of another question, and let us see that I'm not first I will see check whether my Kirchhoff voltage law or Kirchhoff current law is applying or not, and then we will move on to Thevenin's. Okay, so this is supply voltage, and I want to check the voltage across all the resistance, that is voltage. Okay, voltage all resistance across all resistance. Okay, now always remember that current will always starts from positive and ends at negative. So current will come from here and ends at, it will uh, come back to negative, starts from positive and ends at negative. Okay, so whenever voltage comes, always look for loop. Okay, and whenever current comes, always look for node. Okay, now loop. Loop means you have to find out the path, closed path. So if you start from here, you can move like this and you can come back. So this is loop number one, right? Now similarly, so this is one, you can start from here and you can move from here. For node, node means diversion. So this, from at this point, suppose there is two path, new path creation. At this point, one is this path, the other is this path, the other is this path. So new path is created like this. At this point, no new path, the same path is continuing, right? At this point again, no new path, but at this point you are getting a new path, right? So always go for new paths. So here, so let us assume like this current, that is current coming from here, that is I1. Okay, I1 is coming out from here. I am assuming, just I am assuming. Now at this path, this I1 is coming here. At this path, two new currents are coming out. So I am assuming that this is I2 and this is I3. Okay, I2 and I3. Now I want to check, whenever current enters a resistance, it will make a positive drop, and whenever it leaves a current, it will make a negative drop. So here current enters a resistance of 16 ohm, so this is positive. Okay, so this is positive and this is negative. Again this is positive, and so here next is current enters this I3. If you see here, I3 enters, this is positive and this is negative. Then I2 enters here, so this is positive, this is okay. So just identify the path and then apply the KVL, apply the KVL, Kirchhoff voltage law. So what is the voltage law? See, voltage, how you are defining voltage? V is equal to IR, I into R. This is the voltage. So whenever current is entering to a resistance, it will create a voltage drop, that is I into R, with a sign, this positive, this end positive and this is end negative. So this is a resistance, ohm. When you multiply with a current, it will be a voltage. Okay, this is a resistance. When you multiply with the current, it will create a voltage. So always remember, so this is 16 and the current is coming inside, that is I1. So what is the voltage across this? That is 16 I1, right? 16 I1. Similarly, this is 6 ohm, resistance is 6 ohm. What is the current flowing? That is I3. So that is 6 I3. Okay, this is 12 ohm. What is the current flowing? That is I2. So 12 I2. So this is the voltage. Now apply the Kirchhoff voltage law. So sum of all the voltage. So this is minus 20, minus sign is this plus not 16 but 16 I1. Always remember 16 I1 plus 6 I2, that is equal to 0. So this is from first loop, first formula. Okay, let us go for the other loop. You can choose many loops. So this is the other loop. This is the other loop. This is the other loop. Okay, so you can choose minus 6i2, minus 6. I am moving from this end, this side. So minus 6i2 plus 12i, sorry, okay, I have done a mistake here. It should be i3, 6i3, 6i3, right? So I'm moving from here, and then I will move like this, blue sign. So this will be minus 6i3, minus 6i3 plus 12i2 equal to 0. So move, path completed, whole completed. Okay, this is path number 2. Now you can see there are three variables: i1, i3, i3, i2. So i1, i3, i2. So two equations you can't solve. You must have three equation, three variables. So one more variable, you can go for one more loop. So I'm taking the overall loop, this loop. Okay, this loop. So what I can write, minus 20 plus 16i1, okay, plus 12i2 equal to 0. I'm not putting using this. So this is the three formula. So three variables are there. You can use this and you can calculate the currents. Okay, calculate the current. Three formula are there, three variables are there. You can calculate i1, i2 and i3, and there are the voltage will be, voltage is 16i1, then 12i2 and 6i3. So these are the three voltages drop that is there. Okay, so this is how you can calculate the Kirchhoff voltage and current. I hope this is clear. So this let us come for the Thevenin's equivalent. Now for the same circuit, I want to calculate the Thevenin's. So this is the circuit. This was the initial circuit. I am not changing the initial circuit. Okay. This is the initial circuit, and whatever I have assumed, I have replaced. No assumption is there. So I can ask you, I will tell you one thing, that before calculating, before going for Thevenin's, you must calculate I1, I2 and I3, and you must calculate the voltage across 12, 6 and 16. Okay, because the answer will be same for Thevenin's equivalent and KVL what we are using here, that will be same. Okay, so first you must have the answer of this, then only you can go for Thevenin's equivalent. Okay, so let us come here. Thevenin's equivalent means what? Thevenin's equivalent. Now what is this Thevenin's equivalent? So there was a scientist and he said that you choose any resistance, you want to calculate the voltage of any resistance. Okay, and you give me two data, I'll give you the voltage of that. Okay, what it says, you choose any resistance, and you give me two data, I'll give you the current and voltage. That means he says that you choose any resistance and you give me two data, I'll give you the current. Suppose this is my equivalent. Okay, now first of all, I am choosing the any I want to calculate the voltage across 12 ohm resistance. Okay, what I want to calculate, the 12 ohm resistance. From the previous method, what we have done, it was the method was 12 I2, I think this was the value. So calculate the I2 value and check for the voltage here. And now I am going to use Thevenin's equivalent for the set. So our answer of Thevenin's and this must be same. Okay, so now this is the Thevenin's. I'm choosing this as my resistance. So what I will do, replace this. Thevenin says replace this, remove it. Okay, I have removed it and place it here. Place it here. Okay, I have placed it here. This is the value is 12 ohm. Now calculate the voltage across this. Calculate the voltage across this. That is, so this voltage is nothing but VTH. Okay, and so calculate that voltage across this using this circuit. Now the circuit has changed. Previously there was a resistance. I have removed it and placed it here. Now the current will not flow here because current is, this is open circuit. The current will be zero. Current will not will flow from here. Current will always flow in this, in a closed path. So voltage will be what? Voltage across this. Voltage across this is nothing but voltage across this, right? Parallel, right? These two are parallel. So whatever the voltage across 6 ohm will be there, that is the voltage across 12 ohm resistance, because no current is going to flow here, right? So let us calculate the voltage. In parallel, voltage is same, right? In series, current is same. So voltage will, these two are parallel, right? So what is the total current? The current is going to flow here. So this is the overall resistance, that is 20 volt. So current is I. So I'm assuming as I, use KVL, that is minus 20. So current is entering, that is plus minus. So plus 16I plus 6I, that equal to 0, right? Calculate the current. So I will be 20 divided by 22. 20 divided by 22. I'm doing directly. So this is the current. What is the voltage? Voltage across 6. That is 6I. So that is 6 into I. 6 into I. That is 6 into 20 by 22. And this is the V. Voltage across 6. So VTH is nothing but the open circuit voltage across the resistance which you are choosing. Okay. So that is 120 divided by 22. Okay. 120 divided by 22. So this is VTH. VTH is nothing but the voltage across the resistance that you are choosing. You remove that resistance and make it open circuit. So this is VTH. Okay. Let us calculate this RTH. Two data. You remember Thevenin says, I will give you the voltage across any resistance. Just give me two data. And those two data was VTH and RTH. Thevenin's used one voltage source and one resistance, and the resistance which you are choosing. So this is your choice, and Thevenin's wants these two data. That's it. and it will give you the current and voltage across your choosed data. So next is, I want the voltage, this RTH value. What is RTH? RTH is the resistance which you are seeing from the open circuit side. Which you are seeing from the open circuit side. Just make sure for RTH, voltage source, voltage source is short circuited, shorted. Okay, shorted means join positive as well as negative terminal. Join positive and negative terminal. Okay, now see here, volt the circuit is, again I am recovering my initial circuit for RTH. So this was my initial circuit. There was a resistance. So I choose this resistance, and what I did, I removed it. Remove this. I have removed it. Okay. Now this is my resistance. This is my whole circuit. I want to calculate the resistance across this RTH. RTH. Okay. Equivalent resistance across which I have choose 12 ohm I have chosen. So I want the resistance across this, and under consideration that the voltage source must be short circuited, that is positive and negative terminal must be joined. So this is my positive terminal, this is my negative terminal, I am joining this. This is short. Okay, again, this was my positive terminal, this was my negative terminal, I am joining it. So what I am doing, I am doing, your 20 volt will become 0 volt when you join positive and negative. That means 20 volt become 0 volt. So there, simply the whole circuit is like this. Okay, so what is the resistance? What is the resistance? Similarly, this is point A, this is point B. At the point B, I want the resistance between point A and point B. Okay, at point A, see, I'm just writing like this. I can't understand the this. I know that it will be difficult to analyze this circuit like this. Now what I do, I put a point A here, I put a point B here. Okay, between point, randomly I am putting it, point A and point B. At point A, there is a resistance, of 16 ohm, and then it goes to B. At point A, there is a resistance of 6 ohm and it goes to B, and I have to calculate RAB. So what is that? So at point A, I can say there is a resistance of 16 volt and it goes to B, right? 16 ohm. At point A to B, there is a resistance of 6 ohm. So there is a resistance of 6 ohm and it goes to B. I have to calculate RAB. So how you are calculating? These two resistance are connected in parallel, right? Parallel. So parallel resistance will be 1 upon RAB is equal to 1 upon 16 plus 1 upon 6. That's it. So what I will write? RAB is equal to 16 into 6 divided by 22. So what you can write? 8 into 6 divided by 22. 11, sorry. Okay. So 8 5 is a 40, 8 6 is a 48. So 48 upon 11. RTH is, this is nothing but your RTH. Resistance across RAB is nothing but your RTH. RTH is nothing but RAB only, right? This point goes to A, this point goes to B. So RTH is, the value of resistance is 48 by 11, right? Now I want the Thevenin's equivalent is VTH, resistance is RTH, right? I want the current across this path. So what about the current? Just put those values there. So total resistance is current in this path, current in this path, I. So I is equal to total voltage is VTH and total resistance is RTH plus 12 ohm. So that is VTH is 120 divided by 22. RTH is 48 by 11 plus 12. So this is the current across this. What is the voltage across this? Voltage is 12 into I. That's it. So whatever the value you calculated, multiply it with 12. So that's the final. So this voltage which you are going to calculate by using Thevenin's equivalent, and the voltage which we have calculated by using this formula, this 12I2. Remember 12I2, previous one, I2, I3, we have done, right? This was by the previous circuit. So this value and this value must be same. Always remember. Okay. So I hope I have done most of the part of it. So this is the complete video I want to share with you. Okay. Thank you.